Now, Charu Pragya, here's the fact. Unless the BJP had some plan B, some backdoor solution to come in, you wouldn't make this a matter of pride and prestige. In the way that the new BJP functions, if you thought you were losing this mayor battle, you would have just let the Aam Aadmi Party come in and form the government and say, okay, we respect the mandate. Now, obviously, there is some tikram. Obviously, there is some plan B, shadow fight that you want to do, which is why you're which is why you're itching to up the ante.
Now, Rahul, to give a rest to your spy mind, let me make one thing very clear. In this country, elections are free and fair. In this country, whoever wants to stand for elections can stand for elections. The number of votes that candidate gets is irrespective. That comes later. So, one, Priyanka did not understand my question. I was very clear in saying that who is to say that which party can put in a candidate for mayor and which party cannot. There is nothing like this that she is claiming here. Point number two, now it is our prerogative and it is our wish whether we want to contest these elections or not. I don't know if Aam Aadmi Party will have a mayor or not, but Delhi is going to have a mayor who belongs to the Aam Aadmi. Now, if the councillors of Aam Aadmi Party itself do not believe in their mayor candidate, it's not our problem, is it? And this ruckus was not started by us. On the morning of elections, Aam Aadmi Party started with dialogues, with statements to the media, and they tried to build this entire consensus where they were basically coming up with excuses for their loss. And that's exactly why their councillors walked in with blades. Please tell me, Rahul, which lawmaker breaks the law to such an extent that they enter the MCD house intoxicated, carrying blades? They hurt two women councillors of the Bharatiya Janata Party. I can give you names. Can Priyanka please stop interrupting me? Rahul, please, I'm trying to say something very serious.
Let Charu complete, Priyanka. Priyanka, don't heckle her. Let her complete. Go on, Charu.
And Priyanka, even though I understand your frustration, look at it from the point of view of an average Indian. When the national capital is choosing its mayor, and the party which claims to have won this election has councillors which are behaving so rowdily, which are actually attacking women councillors of another party, which walk in intoxicated carrying blades. It sends a very bad image of politics out into the public, and I am extremely against it. Can Priyanka not understand the meaning of not heckling and speaking not out of turn? I don't know what is her problem. And Rahul, I will, at the risk of repeating myself, tell you a few things. Number one, the prerogative of the LG is to choose the aldermen, and he's done that. Number two, they are not even voting. Number three, even if you put all the voting sides together, Aam Aadmi Party should have had nothing to worry about. They should have just let these elections go on as planned without this ruckus. What is the action that they've taken against the person who jumped up and broke the mic in the first place? Who started this entire deck of cards from falling down? He was the one who was at fault. And are you talking about women being attacked? 5 councillors heckled 2 women councillors.
Aditya Shankar Prasad, it's very clear that on the streets and in Delhi politics, there is a deadlock. What happens next? Is there a legal solution to this? Otherwise, this tu-tu meh-meh, this fight in the streets and in the house will continue.
Well, Rahul, I don't think there is a need for a legal solution, because what the LG has done is purely within the scope of its constitutional powers. It is the Aam Aadmi Party which has been creating this kind of a ruckus, trying to gain some kind of a political mileage. But frankly speaking, as a practicing lawyer, I don't see that any kind of legal cauldron must arise out of it, unless and until one of the parties is willing to go to court and seeking to fight this out legally. So the issue here is that whether the selection or the election or the appointment of these aldermen as the prospective so-called councillors is right or not, and is constitutionally right or not, is to be decided by the High Court or the Court of Competent Jurisdiction. Legally speaking, I don't think this makes sense, but for the fact that the LG has acted within the scope of its constitutional powers, and purely for politics and optics, all this is being done.
Okay. Prashant Manchanda, can there or should there be a legal solution, or do you think this can be ironed out in the House, because otherwise this battle continues on the streets?
Well, frankly, Rahul, if I see it constitutionally, there has been no disharmony at all. Unfortunately, it has been led to a situation where constitutionally and also the legal contours have been bypassed. It is as simple as that. The elected representatives should be administer oath, which should be followed by the election of the mayor, then followed by the election of the deputy mayor. Thereafter, whatever stands has to stand. In fact, I want to say one more thing, Rahul. A notification was passed in Chandigarh, which is also union territory, which was mirroring the acts. It was only a notification, and that was also struck down by the Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court by saying that notification which states that a nominated member has a right in a meeting of a municipality election should be debarred from entertaining that. So it has to be done in a proper perspective, allow the elected representative to be selected, administer oath, elect the mayor, then the deputy mayor. Then in case if there is any issue, that should go to the Honorable High Court and Supreme Court.
So let's see what happens next, because politically that doesn't seem to be... Okay, go on.
Charuji was saying that what is the problem if there are 14 MLAs, if they come and elect, if they come and vote, it is the 14 MLAs. But please understand, these 14 MLAs have been allowed to vote in the constitution itself. They have been allowed to vote under section 3 of the Delhi Municipality Act, whereas both the acts debars the nominated council to vote for the particular mayor. That's my only point, legally.
Okay.